Hello Capricorn, welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. A Princess of Cups. This is the fish in the percolator. This is your ability to recognize the signs and symbols and synchronicities around you. I think that you're someone with a very, very active dream life. I think that you appreciate the absurd in life. I think you like to laugh. I feel like this is your ability to look at a situation and understand what's not there that should be, or even better yet, what is there that really shouldn't be, And these are the things that attract you. These are the things that spark your curiosity, that capture your imagination. And I think these are the paths that you follow. I think that you're always looking to do something that's a little bit different. And it's not intentional. You're not trying so hard to be different. It's you're attracted to different things. You're attracted to sort of the space between objects, the shadows in between other things, And I think this really sets you apart. I think you have a very rich imagination. I think right now there's sort of like some new desires that are starting to bubble up in you. I think you're really wanting some new things. I think maybe there's one particular thing that's caught your eye. We'll have to take a look. All right, we'll use our Dove and Serpent spread here. We've got an 8 of Wands and a 9 of Pentacles. We've got a Prince of Cups, a 3 of Cups, a 6 of Cups. See, it's all about the water. Look how much water energy we have already. All of that is water energy. And I think something has really got you, something's got you activated, okay? It could be that we are feeling so just excited and just in love and just filled with these love feelings, these feelings of desire and attraction. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe this is just how excited we feel getting out of a previous situation. And now we realize that the world is open to us, that we can go in any direction we want, and we can follow our love, our passion, our attraction, And I think that this is creating a lot of excitement for you. This 8 of Wands is, we just can't wait to get started. We're sort of bursting at the seams. We're tap dancing on the shag carpet. It's very, very exciting. And I think it's going to really feel good, okay? What is it that you're excited for? This is what I want to know. I feel like maybe there's some kind of a reunion happening. I don't know if it's a family thing or if it's a friend reunion or a particular person. I feel like you're coming back together with somebody that is really, you just cannot wait for it to happen, okay? So I feel like it's, I kind of feel like, see, I'm looking at this Scorpio energy back here with this Prince of Cups. It's a Scorpio kind of card. It may be a reunion with, it feels like it's somebody who is it feels like your siblings, but it might just be a friend. It might be that kind of a person that it feels as if, maybe you grew up with them, there's this closeness with you, yeah. And I don't know that it's a romantic thing necessarily. I feel like this is something that really is it's a deep, deep friendship here. Yeah. But I also think that there is a lot of other things going on in your life. We've got this Nine of Pentacles underneath the surface. There is a financial situation in your life that is really improving. And I wonder if you or the other person, maybe you went off to and did some kind of traveling or something, and now there's this reunion, things like coming back together energy. And maybe it's the holidays coming up. Maybe it feels like this is going to be a very, very exciting time. And I'm pretty happy with these water cards. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, please let me know. Okay, let's put the rest of our cards down. We got Three of Swords. We have the Temperance card. We have a Seven of Cups. And we've got an Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's, life's not perfect, right? We have very, very good cards here. We have some challenges over here, right? We have heart and the mind are sort of are being challenged at the moment. And it could really feel like, it could feel in some ways that the good stuff is never really going to arrive. You know what I mean? It's challenging. We feel kind of, what do we do while we wait? So the message here really is, wow, it's such a contrast, right? I'm kind of shocked by the very stark messages that we have over here, because this is absolute bliss. This is, we are pursuing our desires. We feel so excited about something, and it's happening. It's coming together. On this side, we don't feel that excited about anything. We don't have any desires, and nothing is happening, right? That we're locked up in our mind about something. And so is this kind of two different phases of your own energy? I don't know. Lately, have you been sort of going from this intense optimism to then a very intense pessimism? And we've been fluctuating between the two. Okay. It could be that as soon as we start getting our hopes up, then we start getting kind of, we get a little pessimistic. And we realize that we don't want to get our hopes up too high, because what if we're let down? So maybe this is, we're expecting this really beautiful reunion. Maybe it is a new job or a family gathering or something like this. We're expecting joy, right? We're expecting perfect happiness. We're expecting the happiest day of our lives. We're expecting harmony and tranquility and pleasure. But maybe we're not so ready to get our hopes up. Maybe we're trying to keep our expectations reasonable so that we don't get let down, right? Because the last thing we would want is the Seven of Cups. We want the Six, not the Seven. So this is what we're getting our hopes up for. This is what we're worried about getting. And so if this is maybe a new relationship, if it's a reunion with this old friend, if this is a new job, if this is a new love, if this is something that you're very, very excited for, I think over here, this sort of looks like you're trying to temper, right? The Temperance card. You're trying to temper or manage your excitement so that you kind of stay balanced. And so we kind of see, a juxtaposition between the counterbalance, right, between all of these. And we can just kind of pair them up like this. And we can, we can look at them as a pair of opposites, each one. Yeah. And I think that it really is an indication that you're trying to stay rather even and level-headed. You don't want to get too worked up. You don't want to get your hopes up. You're expecting absolute bliss, but if we don't get that, we're going to be crushed, So we're trying to stay kind of calm and rational about things. Let's look at our mystery card. Let's get this out on the table. We're going to select it. We're not going to look at it yet. We're going to set it down right here with Bubo our mechanical owl. We're not going to look at that till the end. If you think you might know what it is, if you have a hunch, put it down in the comments. We can do it together. We can use our intuition. Yeah. Let's look around the room here, though, because the only major arcana energy we have is the Art or Temperance card. And that Temperance card really, I think, in this case, is about you trying to temper your excitement, temper your expectations. It really is, it's kind of a crapshoot. It's the way that we're trying to say, well, this is going to be the absolute best day of my life, or it could be the absolute worst day of my life. So let's just keep both of those possibilities relevant. So whatever happens, we're going to be prepared. So I really feel that this is us trying to manage ourselves. Okay. I feel like this is us trying to not get so worked up over something that we get crushed if it doesn't work out. Okay. I'm getting the sense that it is going to work out. I'm getting the sense that that ultimately all of the worries are kind of, they're all in your mind. In other words, it is not the reality of things that they're going to be terrible. It is the thinking, the pessimism. We get, just as you get so wrapped up in the feelings of the excitement and how good it's going to be, and how that might be maybe not the smartest thing to do, you don't want to go the other way either and get so wrapped up in the doom and gloom and how bad things are going to be that when things are good, we're not really there to recognize that. We get so stuck in this pessimism, it goes to an extreme. Right? That's not good either. So I think temperance really is the way to go. Let's not pass judgment on anything yet. Let's wait and see what happens. Okay? We want it to be it's kind of a hoping for the best, expecting the worst. Right? But we have to be careful with the expectation. Hope is a good thing. Hoping, wishing for the best, yes, do that. Expecting the worst, though, that may not be a very good move, right? Because of the power of your thoughts. And we see that with our Three of Swords here. The power of your thoughts and the idea that if we are expecting the worst, and that's what we're trying to focus on, all the ways that this is going to go bad, it will go bad, right? And essentially what the 6 and the 7 represent is us spoiling this perfect day with our negative thoughts, with our negative expectations. The 6 then decays, spoils. It's a fruit. It's an apple, perfectly ripe here. The peak ripeness, we spoil it. Okay? So let's be very careful about this. That's the only major arcana energy. Then we've got fire. We've got water, 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 water. It's all about the feelings here. Got a little bit of air. We got a little bit of earth. And I feel like with the 9 of Pentacles down at the bottom, things are progressing exactly as they're supposed to be. Everything seems to be coming along. I mean, there's nothing that's happening that's absolutely devastating. It's kind of like we're just having those negative thoughts about the devastation. But in all actuality, everything seems to be going fine. There's nothing really to worry about. It's a 9 of Pentacles. I mean, this is good. This is living a successful life. This is the visible signs of progress. This is gain. This is accumulation. This is the right progression of energy. And it's the only earth card we have. So it kind of seems like the reality on the ground is that everything is going well, better than well, right? And I think you can see this. You can see how good things are starting to happen, whether this is a new romance, it's a new job, if it's this reunion, if it's coming together with something. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know who the Prince of Cups is to you. But it's somebody from the past. That's the feeling I'm getting, okay? But generally in life, it feels as if everything is going quite well. And that's the reality. And I think you know that. But you're trying not to let yourself get too gosh darn excited, right? This is that kind of excitement. This is, we get too excited, we may spoil something. We get too pessimistic and too negative, we may spoil something. So I feel as if you're trying to walk that fine line between and just be rather stoic. Just, try not to go to either extreme of the feelings. The water energy here, it is overwhelmingly positive, the water energy. There's the fear of spoiling it. And so I think that while everything is going, look at this. Everything is going so freaking well. You're worried. You're worried about spoiling it. Okay? You're worried that maybe in your excitement that you're going to ruin something, that you're going to be overeager or overzealous. And so we're trying to stay sort of even Steven here, I am getting that S name. I don't know if it's Steven, something with an S. Yeah, close energy in your life. And maybe that's part of our Prince of Cups here, the Scorpio kind of energy, a fixed water energy. I feel like this is somebody that you've cared about for a long, long time, and I don't know who that is exactly. I don't know if it's a sibling, if it's a family member, if it's someone from your past, an old friend, or an old a romantic partner or something like this, or if it's somebody that you once really, really liked, nothing happened, and now they're sort of back in your life again, and you're very excited for it, and that this is the time that we're going to really pursue it, okay? This could be a job thing. It could be an opportunity that has passed you, and now it's come back around again, and we're thinking, we don't really get second chances, so we're going to have to jump on this one, It may not be a person, it may not be romance. It could be a situation, it could be an opportunity, it could be a job, it could be a creative doorway opening for you. We thought maybe it was closed, and we thought maybe we'd missed the boat. I feel like it's coming back, okay? And the Three of Cups here is, in some ways, it feels like it is us realizing the potential that this has. Okay? The more we kind of see things progressing in the right way, the more excited we get because we see that the potential is becoming a reality. Like it's actually, things are starting to happen. And so with the Three of Cups, we get more and more and more excited. We start counting our chickens before all of them have hatched, and we're trying to temper ourselves. This is kind of like we're popping the bottles and we're celebrating with the champagne before anything is really, prematurely. Let's just call it that, okay? And that's what we're worried about here. Sort of celebrating or being satisfied or being happy, being pleased with the situation, accepting it and reveling in it and really enjoying it prematurely. That's what we're worried about. Because that might be the kind of zeal or eagerness that could spoil the whole thing. At least I think this is sort of how you're looking at it. Okay. And so we're trying to really be sort of tranquil and harmonious. We're trying not to be careless. Yeah. The Three of Cups is also a card of family stuff. Okay, so I don't know what the family connection is here. If this is maybe the potential for you to, start a family or be part of a larger family or whatever it might be, but this card is really about expressing your needs and desires. It's almost like we don't want to scare somebody away by telling them all of our plans, all of our future plans. Like you just get into a relationship and suddenly you're like, oh, we're going to have this many kids, we're going to get married, we're going to move here and do this, and then it's just kind of like, whoa, slow down. This is, and we start that new job, and we don't want to overwhelm the other people there or our boss or the company or whatever. We want to just kind of, We want to be a little bit more in control of ourselves. Sometimes this card is, it is that celebration energy, right? When we're celebrating, we don't want to be reserved and self-conscious and sort of keep it toned down. No, we want to shout and we want to jump for joy, and that's what we do. And we just let it out. We don't try to inhibit that. You know, I think you're trying to inhibit that a little bit. You're trying to temper yourself so that you don't have that kind of that emotional outburst in a way, you know, even though it's very positive. Anyway, very interesting energy. With the Six of Cups, I feel like the reality that you are anticipating, the potential of the situation, yes, right? 3 doubled gives us a 6. And I think that eventually you will come to accept that this is real, and this is working, and that you can completely jump for joy here. You'll realize that it really doesn't get any better than this, you know, and that you will no longer have to hold yourself back. Because, see, sometimes the Eight of Wands is this kind of anxiety where we're sort of chomping at the bit. We are, you know, we've got the jazz hands. And sometimes we jump the gun. Sometimes we act prematurely. Sometimes we, in our haste and our excitement, we rush through things. We do things too fast, or we do things out of order. And we end up spoiling something, you know. This is, you know, when the football team kind of, there's a false start, you know. So we're trying to hold ourselves back just enough. We don't want to diminish our excitement, but we don't want that excitement to cause a false start. We don't want to act prematurely. We don't want to celebrate prematurely. So I feel like we're trying to kind of wait and calm ourselves down to see if this is really going to be, oh yeah, the best day of your life, right? If this is going to be the magic that we expect it to be. And I feel like it is. And I feel like it is going to be. Now we have to talk about the path of the serpent. I don't know how much talking I can do, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free, supports the channel. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate that. So your Three of Swords in your general energy is, I think your recognition, and let's take it with our Three of Cups, right? 3 and a 3. We have the expectations this thing could be the best thing in the world. We also have this very sobering reality that this could crash and burn. Okay, so we don't want to have all of our joy, and we don't want to get too happy, because it still could crash and burn at any moment. Okay. Spirit's saying that you should accept any invitations that you receive right now. Show up, but stay in control of yourself. Stay tempered, right? I feel like there are gifts coming your way, and you're being told to accept the gifts graciously, but don't be overzealous about them, okay? Don't let them sort of motivate you to be a little bit Eight of Wands, you know, to have these to get sort of overzealous about the situation, okay? It may really be that somebody is courting you. It may really be that there's a company that is courting you, okay? And the idea here is that, yes, you're very jazz hands, tap dancing on the shag carpet, excited and ready, but you're trying to just be, well, I don't know if I want the job yet. You know, that you're accepting all these gifts, and you really just want to scream with joy, but trying to stay level, you know. And I think the way that you're doing this, because, you know, again, if somebody's trying to court you, and it's a salesperson, it's a company, that a headhunter, or it's a romantic thing maybe. You know, if they see how much you want it, then they've got you, right? Then they could sell you anything. And that's why, you know, when you're buying a car, in the old cliche, you're buying a car, you want to sort of play it cool, right? And be like, nah, I don't even know if I want a car. I don't even know if I like driving, you know. Make the salesman work for it. You know what I mean? And I think the way that you're managing this energy in yourself is to invoke your Three of Swords and try to remember that, hey, this could go really bad. This, maybe you are getting a lot of gifts. Maybe you are being courted by something or someone. But it doesn't mean that this is going to be the right thing for you. So I feel like you're trying to maintain the balance, I guess, by going through all the ways that this could end in disaster. These are all the reasons to say yes. And indeed, you really want to say yes. These are all the reasons to say no. All the potential for disaster and pain and sorrow, right? We're trying to maintain a sort of even perspective on things. Yeah. Spirit's saying there's some kind of a real estate thing. I don't know what is going on with the property or money or something. The Nine of Pentacles here. I'm feeling that there's some kind of a financial thing. Maybe this isn't a romance or anything like that. Maybe this has something to do with a deal or a business thing or a money thing or something regarding finances. Or maybe the business itself, where things seem like they're going very, very well. Let's not celebrate yet, because we haven't hit that milestone, or we haven't hit that, whatever that marker is that says, okay, now we can celebrate. Now we can get out the champagne. Okay, so it could be that there's some sort of a financial or a business or a real estate deal or something like that that's taking place. Yeah. The Art or Temperance card is, of course, a pressure cooker situation, as well as it's being the sort of temperance of trying not to be too eager, try not to show how much you really want it, but trying to be sort of even and steady. This card is also a very, challenging situation for you. And so it's leading me to wonder if there is some kind of not a battle, but there is some kind of there's tension here between people. And it could be the tension of, of a courtship and romance and that kind of thing. But it feels like it's something different than that. To me, it feels like there's some kind of, there's a battle of wills almost going on. Yeah. The Seven of Cups, of course, is we don't want to ruin it. We don't want to be, if this is going to crash and burn, we certainly don't want to be the cause of it. Okay. Now, there is a connection with you and Japan somewhere. I don't know, I can see in the flag there. I don't know what's in Japan for you, but there's some important energy there in Japan for you. We're going to do an angel number real quick. 2002, the void. Longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward-thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around, it gets better with time. There are plenty of friends to make. Chill out, have fun, open up, go outside. I like this. I feel like there is this longing. There is this need for this Six of Cups, right? This is what we really want. I think this is meant to really encourage us that things are going to get better, that this is going to be a reality. But, like a kid waiting for the birthday presents or waiting for the time when they can open up their gifts, and it's just there's this anticipation. There's also this, I think, an underlying worry that what if I didn't get what I wanted, when we're sort of waking up on Christmas morning, right? And we're so excited to open up the presents, there's almost a little, I don't know, there's a worry of disappointment there, I guess. You know what I mean? But I feel that you look out for that number. I think that number is going to be important to you. But I think that the chill out, have fun, open up, go outside is kind of saying, look, this is going to happen. So just relax. Find ways to unwind. Find ways to take your mind off of this. Everything's going to be okay. Yeah. Especially when we're up here in the heart and the mind. We're so worried about things not turning out our way or through our own sort of efforts or mistakes that we're ruining something. We're spoiling it. We're wrapped up in our own thoughts. We're wrapped up in our own head, and it's going to be a self-sabotage. It's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So the angel number here saying chill out, go outside, relax, is very important. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck here, and we're going to make the worst happen. We're going to be responsible for causing the worst. Okay? So let's be very mindful of that. Okay? We got to distract ourselves with something else. Well, let's look at the mystery card. Maybe this will be a little distraction. It could be a 7 of Swords. It could be some more cups, right? If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's take a look. The Chariot. Gosh darn it, if we don't always get the Cancer energy. Capricorn and Cancer are opposite signs on the wheel of the zodiac, right? And it tends to always come up in your readings, the Cancer energy, you know. And Capricorn comes up very often in the Cancer readings too. I think you should watch the Cancer readings for sure. But this as a confirmation, it is in some ways just saying, fortify yourself against whatever happens. And make sure that whatever the outcome here, that you're going to be okay. Make sure that you have a plan A and a plan B. If things go your way, then you know how to handle it. If things do not go your way, you know how to handle it. Beyond that, just go for a drive. Just go out into the world and try to enjoy yourself. Okay? Sometimes this Cancer energy is about, we're trying so hard to keep our emotions inside that it's, as we see here, it's kind of causing some problems. So let's find ways to treat ourselves. Go get yourself a fancy coffee, you know. Go take yourself out shopping or something, or go have a spa day. Just go relax. Go do something that you enjoy. Go do something that's going to treat your body, really. Treat your heart and your mind to something else. Go find a distraction, basically, right? Go do something that is going to feel good for you, whether it's buying yourself something nice, buying gifts for other people, or going to the gym, or going for a walk, going for a drive, right? That's always my way to sort of clear my head. Maybe this is the idea of, take a day trip somewhere, take a weekend vacation somewhere if you can, okay? But I think you need to really, as this card's showing, you need to sort of get away from this situation, because I don't feel like there's anything that you can actually do right now to help it, but there is a lot you can do that will hurt it, you see. So the idea is just sort of hands off, let it happen, don't meddle, don't worry, don't tinker with things, don't get involved, and if you're staying right there in the middle of it, you're more likely to kind of spoil it, or to do something, to let one of these impulses through. Where if you just sort of escape, you get away, you put some distance there, then you're less likely to interfere, And of course, the 8 of Swords is a card called interference. It's usually us interfering with our own lives, But I think it's very important there. And the Chariot card is saying you got to protect this, protect yourself, put some distance there. Things are going to work out exactly right. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Capricorn are on Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.